We all know dogs bring endless love and joy into our lives, but how can you tell if they truly trust you? There are some unmistakable signs, especially if your dog lets you do certain things. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button for more tips on caring for your furry friends, and don't forget to ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Dogs are incredibly perceptive. They pick up on our emotions, sense our energy, and can tell when we genuinely care about them. So earning their trust is a privilege, and here's how you'll know you've achieved it. Number 1. Rub their belly. Have you ever seen your dog immediately flop over onto their back or side, revealing their soft, fluffy belly? Sometimes they're inviting a good belly rub, lucky you. But other times, it's their way of calming down a tense situation or signaling they trust you completely. From our human perspective, the belly might seem like an open invitation for a belly rub, because humans walk upright and therefore have our torsos facing outward most of the time. But for many animals, they walk on 4 legs, including dogs. Exposing their belly is a vulnerable position. In the wild, exposing their underbelly is a submissive gesture, but with you, it means they feel safe and secure enough to be completely open. That is their way of letting you know that they trust you not to attack them when they reveal the most vulnerable part of their body, but that doesn't always mean you have their full and unequivocal trust. Because not all dogs are comfortable with belly rubs, even if they show their bellies. But usually all dogs like belly rubs because it's a spot they can't reach. They can lick their paws and clean their ears, but that belly rub is something they can't do themselves. The act of being touched or petted feels good to a dog. Just like people like to be touched by those they love, animals crave physical contact from members of their pack. A dog that wants a belly rub just kind of flops over, the legs go straight out, and its whole body stretches. Sometimes there's this slow, kind of swanky tail wag, and they'll elicit the petting by pawing at you or lifting your hand with their nose. A relaxed posture and a happy tail wag are green lights to proceed with caution. If your dog trusts you enough for belly rubs, it's a sign of a truly special bond. It means they see you as their protector, their confidant, and their best friend. So next time your pup rolls over and exposes that furry tummy, take it as a compliment. It's a woof-tastic sign that your love and dedication have been rewarded with their unwavering trust. If you'd like to rub their belly, let us know by clicking the like button on this video. Number 2. Hold their head. Dogs are naturally protective of their heads. If your dog allows you to hold their head gently, it means they feel safe and secure with you. This is a big sign of trust. Try gently cupping their muzzle in your 2 hands. If your dog hasn't fully built trust with you yet, they'll likely back away when you reach for their face. An untrusting doggo might shy away at the gesture. However, a trusting companion will not only allow it, but might even relish it. But why the hesitation? Building trust with a human can be a big step for a dog, especially those who haven't bonded deeply. After all, we're giants compared to them, and our actions can sometimes seem confusing. In the wild, predators often target the head and neck, so it's natural for dogs to be wary of anything approaching their face. While you might be okay with it during playtime, reaching out when you're focused or preoccupied might elicit a different reaction. Consider your dog's mood too. Imagine someone, even a trusted friend, suddenly grabbing your face. While you might be okay with it during playtime, reaching out when you're focused or preoccupied might elicit a different reaction. The same applies to your canine companion. Though they might seem like lounging champions, dogs spend a significant amount of time monitoring their surroundings for interesting smells or potential threats. Before attempting any trust test, ensure your dog isn't engrossed in something else. Even the most trusting pup might not appreciate your playful face-holding antics if their mind's elsewhere. Number 3. Boop their nose. Dogs rely heavily on scent, often greeting each other with a nose-to-nose hello to exchange information. Typically, this involves nose-to-nose contact, but most dogs will accept nose-to-finger interaction as well. The trick to booping your dog's adorable nose is to be gentle and slow. A forceful boop can not only startle your furry friend, but potentially hurt them. Remember, their noses are highly sensitive instruments, so treat them with care. Keep the contact brief but sweet. Most dogs won't appreciate a prolonged nose rub. However, not all dogs are created equal when it comes to boops. Tolerance for nose boops varies among dogs. Some have more sensitive noses than others. If your dog flinches or turns away when you approach, take it as a sign to retreat. Respect their boundaries. Forcing a boop won't build trust and might make them more wary of you. Some dogs may theoretically tolerate nose boops, but lack the patience for prolonged contact. If they show signs of irritation, like a sideways glance at your hovering finger, it's time to back off and respect their wishes. Number 4. Grab their tail. Dog tails contain nerves and pain receptors. Therefore, dogs can absolutely feel their tails. If you've ever accidentally stepped on your dog's tail, you understand this. Many dogs will wince or yelp if you accidentally step on their tail, especially if it is a surprise. Furthermore, a dog's tail also contains bone and veins. Therefore, if it is injured, it will bleed substantially. A dog's tail is connected directly to its backbone, so injuries on the tail can affect the spinal column as well. Dogs protect their tails for a reason. The tail is an easy and obvious target for predators, enemy dogs, or malicious humans who might want to stop a fleeing pup. We advise against trying this test with dogs that may have experienced past abuse, as the risk of causing distress is too high. Even the calmest doggo will likely feel pushed to lash out at you if they feel you pulling on their tail. But this means that letting you hold their tail in your hand, as long as you are gentle and don't squeeze or pull, is one of the purest signs of trust a dog can show. Because the tail is positioned behind them, your dog can't easily fend you off once you've got hold of it. Hence, permitting you to get that close indicates they trust you not to misuse the situation. There are a few other reasons besides trust that might make a dog object to having their tail held. The tail is not just a handy handle, it's a crucial tool for communication. If your dog wants to use their tail to communicate, they might resist having it held down. If your dog doesn't like being restrained, they may not appreciate having their tail held at all. Number 5. Letting you trim their nails. Ever tried trimming your dog's nails and found it to be a battle? If your dog willingly lets you trim their nails, it's a huge sign of trust and comfort. For many dogs, having their paws touched is a sensitive issue. Their paws are packed with nerves, and trimming nails can feel vulnerable. So if your furry friend sits still and lets you clip away, it means they trust you completely to keep them safe. That's not just obedience. That's confidence in you as their protector. Dogs don't let just anyone handle their paws or get close with sharp tools. This trust comes from positive past experiences, patience, and knowing that you'll never hurt them. If it's your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fascinating insights about dogs. Now that you know the signs of your dog's trust, why not share this video with fellow dog lovers who'd love to test their bond with their dogs too? And if you're curious about common foods that will kill your dog, check out the video on the screen to discover what you need to know to keep them safe. Thanks for watching.